Hey gaming fans, so today's another Yu-Gi-Oh deck profile, and this one's for the Genesys format again. I realized that Chain Strike, which is a classic, well, it's not really an OTK deck, but it is a pretty frustrating deck. And we're finally able to play 2 copies of Chain Strike, which hasn't been a thing for a very long time. So I thought, hey, let's build a deck for the Genesys format with Chain Strike. So this deck's typically called Chain Strike Burn. So we're now allowed to have 2 copies of this card. Very powerful card. Activate this on a chain link 2 or higher. Inflict 400 damage to your opponent times the number of the chain link number of this card. And you cannot activate this if you have multiple cards or effects with the same name on that chain. So you have to be careful about that. You have to make sure that all the other cards that you activate on the chain are different names. But you can activate another Chain Strike. You can actually activate 2 Chain Strikes on the same chain because there would only be the one there. So you have to remember that as well. But still, you can do a lot of damage with the Chain Strike card. Then to help build up our chain and do some more damage, Secret Blast. This is inflict 300 damage to your opponent for each card they control. If this card you control is destroyed by your opponent's card effect and sent to the graveyard, inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. So again, you can set that, and if they destroy it, or if they MST or whatever, you can chain, activate it, do the damage, then they destroy the card, and then they take another 1,000 damage. So really cool. Just remember though, if you're going to use your Chain Strike, only put 1 on the chain. You don't want to be trying to activate 2 at the same time. Then I put 2 Bad Luck Blast. Very similar card. Target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Take damage equal to half its attack. Then inflict damage to your opponent equal to the damage you took. If this card you control is destroyed by your opponent, inflict 1,000 damage. So very similar. You set it. If they try to destroy it. If you don't have any targets, that's fine. They still take 1,000 damage. If they do have a target, if they have a face-up monster on the field, they're going to take damage. And I decided to throw in, this is an odd choice, but I thought this might actually be beneficial in this deck, because you do need to defend yourself in a way while you're trying to burn your opponent. And I thought, why not? Because there's no monsters that you really summon in this deck for defense, I thought Zoma the Spirit. This is kind of like, it's going to take the place of like, what's it called? The barrel. Basically, after activation, special summon this card in defense position. It is treated as an effect monster, and it's got 1,800 attack and 500 defense. So I guess on your opponent's turn, you can turn him into attack mode and attack with him too. And if it's destroyed by battle, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the attack of the monster that destroyed it. So really cool. It's going to deal some damage. It's going to be your defense. Your opponent might not want to attack it because they might not want to take the damage. And it might buy you a turn or 2. I threw in 1 Ring of Destruction, even though they've kind of nerfed this card during your opponent's turn. So you can only activate it on your opponent's turn, but if you're playing Chain Strike with it, you're going to activate it on your opponent's turn anyways. Target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls whose attack is less than or equal to their life points, which is the problem here is you can't finish your opponent off unless it's like, you have to have another card on top of that. Destroy the face-up monster if you do take damage equal to its original attack, then inflict damage to your opponent equal to the damage you took. So it's very similar to the other card, except it's all the damage and it destroys the monster. So I just threw 1 in there. And of course, 3 Secret Barrel. Just another card, a chain that you can activate on your chain and inflict damage to your opponent equal to the total number of cards on your opponent's side of the field and in their hand times 200. So very similar to the first card, the Secret Blast card, except it also counts the cards in your opponent's hand. So this can do quite a bit of damage as well. Then we got 2 Ceasefire. Again, another card that you can put on the chain. If a face-down defense position monster or an effect monster is on the field, change all face-down defense monsters on the field to face-up defense position. Flip effects are negated. And then inflict 500 damage for each effect monster on the field. So we're going to have other cards that are going to help with these cards as well, which we will get to. So for the spell lineup, I just want some draw power Pot of Duality. It's going to fish through your deck pretty quickly to find the cards you need. So you reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add one of them to your hand, and then shuffle the rest into your deck. So you're going to be fishing for your Chain Strike and all the other cards you might need. Say you've got too many copies of the same card in your hand, you're going to try and find something different. So that's the only spell card for that, for the draw power. I put in 3 Cyber Volleys because they're going to help also for stalling possibly and draw power. It's got a lot of effects, but basically if your opponent attacks it, you can just banish it to stop the attack and draw a card, or you can banish himself and one of your other monsters to draw 2 cards. So really there for the draw power. And again, for the rest of the monsters, 3 card D, again for draw power. Basically you summon them and then you draw 2 cards. It does make you go to the end of your turn, so you make sure you set all your stuff first and then activate its effect. Then for the last of the monsters in this deck, which are going to help you greatly, is 3 Lava Golems. It's going to get rid of some of your opponent's pesky effect monsters. It's going to add fuel for your Secret Blast. Sorry, no, not the Secret Blast, the Bad Luck Blast. Where you target a face-up monster your opponent controls, take damage equal to half its attack. Its attack is 3,000, so it's going to be 1,500 damage. Really cool. And of course, Zoma the Spirit. If you ram your Zoma the Spirit into a Lava Golem, they're going to take 3,000 damage, so that's a lot of damage. And of course, Lava Golem himself, he sits on the field. If your opponent can't get rid of him, they're going to take 1,000 damage each turn. So, really good card. I think it's necessary in there. And we got some more defense in the way of Scapegoats. This is going to help with a few things. It's going to help with, defending against a Lava Golem that might start attacking you. It's also going to add monsters for Cyber Volley to distribute off to draw 2 cards. And just overall, just be another card on the field to help you. So we got that. And it's chainable. That's the other thing for your Chain Strike. And then we're going to have 3 Ojama Trios. Again, the same idea. You want to put the monsters on your opponent's side of the field if you need to tribute them off for Lava Golem, or if you just want them to have more cards on the field for things like Ceasefire, Secret Barrel, and Secret Blast. It just puts more stuff on their side of the field. It can clog your opponent's field. If you're lucky enough to do so, you can get 3 Ojama tokens, and then if you have another one set, you could Lava Golem one of them. 2 of them, and then activate the other one to clog up your opponent's field. It's a possibility. Again, it's chain. It's another card that you put on your chain. Then we have some more draw power with Accumulated Fortune. This one does require a little bit of setup. Activate this only as chain link 4 or higher. So you're barely going to hold on to this for when you're going to do one of your chain strikes. So you activate this 4 or higher, and then you draw 2 cards. It has the same drawback that you cannot activate this with multiple cards on the chain, so keep that in mind. Just like your Chain Strike, you're going to want to put this on your Chain Link 4, and then possibly your Chain Strike will be 5 or 6, whatever, how many chains you got going on there. Then just to add some differences in draw power, I originally had 2 Jar of Greed, but I thought let's change it to Legacy of Yatagarasu. So you have 1 Jar of Greed, 1 Legacy. Both just there to draw a card, but also there for your chain, and they're different cards, so you can put them both on the same chain, not worry about it. Same thing with this. They both do pretty much the same thing. Threatening Aura ends the battle phase, and Wabaku makes you get no damage in the battle. So you're going to want to put these also on the chain. I decided to go with 2 different ones, so you can, put them all on the same chain with Chain Strike if you need to. Otherwise, you're just going to hold on to them in case your life points are getting pretty low. You put a Lava Golem on their side of the field. You can stall for a turn. They're going to take 1,000 damage until they can get rid of it themselves, either by tributing off the Lava Golem or Synchro or whatever. So that's just going to keep you alive. So that's what I threw in there. So that's the Chain Strike I came up with. Pretty standard type of Chain Strike deck. A little bit of differences with the Zoma the Spirit. I thought these are kind of neat, because they are chainable. Like you can activate it on the chain, and if your opponent attacks it, they're going to take some serious damage. So again, like I said, you can ram into a Lava Golem with that. So let me know what you think. Throw some comments down below. How do you play Chain Strike? Anyways, hope you liked the video. Hope you subscribe. We'll talk to you later.